morning. Sorry I'm late. I'm a few minutes late this morning. I'm trying to find my little mic. I have my regular mics in the car. I guess the sound isn't going to be that great today, but let me get you guys on my stand. Oh, sorry for being late, guys. Let's see. How do I share this? Let's see, do I do that? No, I don't want to do that. How do I? Okay. Oh, okay. Not really sure how to share. Okay, nope, that's not it. I don't know. I'm not really sure how that's gonna work. What does this do? Reduce background noise and enhance noise. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try that. Try that little setting there and see how it works. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, world. I hope everyone is doing fantastic this morning. I am Sandra Waldrop, Kingdom Acres. And today we're going to be working on a little coffee bean style crock. And anyways, it's very similar to what we've done in the past. I just need to get my little rolly cart here. Get out my dough. I hope everybody's doing good. Oh, I wish I knew how to make it, to make it, to share it. I just don't know how to share it. Don't know how to share this out so people can see me. Oh, maybe if I push a little thing here. Nope, that's right in a comment. I just don't know. One time I was able to do it where I like tagged my husband, and now it's shaking because I'm like a little, the stand that I have is, has like a little arm on it so that I can like position myself strategically so you don't see the rest of my messy house or like my bedside. I don't know. Just kidding. But you know, because I need y'all to be able to see down here too. And so I have you on an arm, but once you touch it, it kind of messes up a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, the reason why I was late is because I couldn't find my label and I had to print another one, and then it was too big, and then it printed black and white, and then so I finally got it. But so this one here, this coffee one, is the one that we're going to use today. It is from Cloud Seed Company on Etsy. I think that's the name of the thing. Cloud Petals Company. That's it. It says it on the paper. Okay. So I'm just going to start just like I did in the past, making my little snake to go around. I'm going to bring my cup of water over here so that I can use it to smoosh, do the smooshing. Okay. And get it all nice. And it doesn't really matter if there's like hair or anything weird in your clay because it's all going to be covered up, right? That's what we do with this. We cover it up. And I'm just going to like that. Oh, goodness gracious. That scared the pickles out of me. My front door just slammed. Oh my goodness. My husband is at work. My son's at work. My oldest daughter is out of town. So I'm just like a little jumpy. But I never know when my husband's going to be home. So since I put that out there publicly, my husband could be home any minute. He's just in the shower. Just kidding. You know, when you're a kid, they're like, don't ever tell them that you're home alone. Always say that your mom's in the shower. That's still true. My mom probably is in the shower. My mom probably is in the shower. Okay, so I'm getting this put on here, and I'm just kind of pushing down to where it looks like it's, you know, part of it, blending it into the edge there. Okay, and I'm just wetting my finger to smooth things out and make it nice and cooperative, not so bumpy. And I'm just pushing it over the rim. You don't have to push it over the rim if you don't have that much, but I am, when you put the coffee filters on that we're going to use today, it gives it a nice ledge on there so that we know it's not going to come off. Because I know that sometimes when you are putting two different products together, like glass and clay, and trying to make them friends, they don't always take. And so, and then after it dries, it falls off and all this stuff. But that's, I've already done 2 of these now with the clay on the glass, and it works fine. It works fantastically. So hopefully everyone's having a great day. Hopefully I'm not going to be all by myself today. Oh, good morning, Erin. I can always count on you, my friend, my sweet, sweet friend. I'm making another crock jar thing, but I'm doing it with coffee beans. Doing it with the coffee beans, making me a little coffee crock, coffee bean crock. Because in my pretend pioneer world, where I haven't done any actual research on what things were like in the pioneer days, in my pretend pioneer world, they had coffee bean crocks. They probably did. They probably weren't always in sacks. I feel like once you got them home in your coffee sack, you probably put them into a crock. Had like a designated coffee bean crock, maybe, next to all of your other crocks with all of your other dry goods. I feel like coffee has probably been a staple in most homes for a very, very long time. I don't know how people survived without it. I just don't. I watch Little Women, and, you know, they're like, why don't we ever have coffee anymore? And the nanny's like, all the men are off to the war. Nobody has time to go to Brazil and get coffee beans for Miss Josephine March. I might have seen that movie a few times. All right. Got that all smoothed out, mostly, kind of. I don't know. I went back and forth a lot with what I was going to do today, because when it was bedtime last night, I remembered that I was planning on going live this morning, and I had not made a plan as to what I was going to make. And then, so I started looking on Pinterest when it was bedtime instead of sleeping. And then I would think that I would get an idea, and then I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then I'd get another idea, and I'd be like, no, I don't want to do that. And then this morning, I'm like, I just want to do something that I know will probably work out. Because just because I've done something before does not mean that it's going to work out every time. So I don't know if that's just me. Good morning, Miss Verna. Drinking coffee. Yes, I have my coffee right here. It's my second cup. So I'm trying to baby it a little bit so I don't turn into a crazy person. All right. So we've got a nice big fat lip on there to make it look like a really cool stoneware crock. And then we will put We'll put some stuff in there to make it heavy. I'm thinking we'll probably fill it most of the way with plaster of Paris and then just do the top with coffee beans. That way I don't have to waste so many coffee beans to get the look. So yeah, what do I do next? Okay, what do I do next? Okay, now I paint it. Good morning, Rachel. Hi, friend. Oh. So, I'm just over here being my awkward self. Oh, goodness me. I am the worst when it comes to, like, keeping paintbrushes healthy. I literally forgot about, like, I finished up a project one day, and then I just like walked away without like cleaning up. I guess I got sidetracked or something. So like this big old thing of Mod Podge, I had left the lid off. So I ended up with like a really thick skin on it. My paintbrushes had like dried on Mod Podge. It was a ridiculous day, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even like fully clean this jar. Like I took off the label. I scraped it with my, razor blade, my razor blade. And then I wiped it down some with like the vinegar, but I didn't get it all off. Normally I would, use like rubbing alcohol and scrub and scrub and scrub and make sure I got every little bit. But I was in a time crunch this morning, which is why I'm on late today. Getting a late start to my day. I couldn't believe it. I just like got sidetracked printing and stuff. Like I had my phone in my hand and then, but I was printing, and once I get sidetracked with technology not cooperating for me, or, you know, me not finding what I want immediately or whatever in my files, I start to like, just like hyper focus on that and forget that I was on a time constraint. But so I know this about myself. And so normally I will just set myself an alarm and be like, okay, you need to go live in like 2 minutes. So I know to like settle into my chair and get my stuff going. I didn't even remember to get out my microphones this morning. So I hope y'all can hear me okay, because I'm a hot mess this morning. I did put on real clothes for y'all though, so I should get brownie points for that. I should get some brownie points for that. So, okay, let me get my little blow dryer. Oh, it's hard whenever you're at like a high table and my little rolly cart is not way up here with me. It's down at a normal level. I'm just going to move around a lot here today. And so, let's see. My blow dryer going so we can move right along with this. I don't want to take all day and keep you guys here all day. What are y'all up to today? What are the plans? We can hear you. Yay! Yes, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. It was tempting just to like be in my pajamas and not like look like a human being, but oh goodness gracious. So we're supposed to do like singing lessons today with the girls and go walking at the mall for exercise. Okay, we are now mall walkers for exercise. Okay, I'm 40 now. I can walk at the mall for exercise, right? Like I'm in that age group. But Arabella woke up this morning. She's had a little bit of a cough for a couple of days. She woke up this morning and she was like, it hurts. Like in my chest, it hurts when I cough. And I'm like, okay. Well, you've been fighting me on the tinctures, but school is in the plans. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Ooh, what are y'all gonna see at the movies? I love going to the movies. So much fun. Like sit there and eat all the bad food and drink the bad drinks and just like chill. No worries in the world. No worries in the world. So when I was struggling real bad with my anxiety, it was so hard for me to go to the movies, but now I'm so much better. So much better. I got a healing touch from the Lord, a revelation, and now no anxiety. Praise God. I think we're about there with this. Nice and dry. I scuffed it a little bit, but it'll like it. It'll be fine. Okay. So my goal with this is to dog man. Oh my goodness gracious. Logan is probably so excited. Yes. Imagine him being super duper excited. That's going to be fun. Be really fun. Okay. So with this coffee filter, I'm trying to get a lot of like rough edges. I don't want anything that has like that real sharp edge. I find that it like really, like it shows up even with painting over it. Oh man. Okay. It worked and I didn't spill it all over myself yet. So that's good. Okay. So this is Coffee Podge. It's got a bunch of Mod Podge in it and Coffee Grunge, and I just mix it together so it's got like the gluing effect, but it's also like staining. You don't have to use this. You could just use Mod Podge, but I like it because it soaks out my coffee filter and helps it to like lay flat. Also, okay, so one side of this has like pokey hole looking things and the other side looks more veiny. I don't know if you can see that. These are just like Dollar Tree coffee filters. And I like the veiny side more. It gives it more of a stoneware crock look. Same. Got that. Anyways, yeah, the last movie we watched at the movie theaters was Homestead. You know me, I've got to watch all of my prepare for the apocalypse movies and things. Not a lot of people who have gone to the movies actually liked the movie if they have not read the books. The writers of the movie, I think, were writing it with the thought in mind that maybe people had read the books, but it's really just like the movie is just basically the first episode to their show. And you have to buy each episode on the Angel app. Yes, that's me. Good morning, Miss Nancy. Yes, I did. I went and watched it. And so I've read all the books. And so I understood more really what was going on. There was some things that were different that I was like, that's not even right. But overall I liked it. And we came home and we bought the other two episodes of the show, and I liked them. The girls keep asking when they're coming out with another episode. Goodness gracious. Look at me. I'll just throw the whole project on the floor. Because my girls are very like apocalypse minded. We're like the weird homeschoolers. And on the 5th day, God created the bolt action rifle. Just kidding. The Remington bolt action. That's from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, I think? No. What is that from? It might be from Mean Girls. Oh goodness. When they were talking about the homeschoolers on Mean Girls. I don't remember. I don't remember where that reference is from. But that really stuck with me, apparently. That stereotype for the homeschoolers, that could be us. That very well could be us. I don't know. Maybe not so much my kids, but for sure me. If I had been homeschooled, that would have been me growing up. I don't think my kids are too weird. They're just like my level of weird. So for me, they're normal. For the rest of the world, no, y'all aren't normal.
We're not like you.
Oh, you're not like me? Okay.
You're the weirdest ever.
Arabella says they're not like me. I'm the weirdest ever. Probably true. But we have to remember that the apple does not fall far from the tree. And that is a commonly used phrase because it's true. Typically it's true. Yeah, let's try it out. Does that look old and vintagey? I hope so. But anyways, I was going back and forth on what to make today. And I decided I really need more of these little jars on my shelf back here. Like, it's looking really pretty back there. Let's see. I've got like my tiered tray and all my things, but I really want like more layers up here and more things up here. And then the top is pretty well full. I just have to add a few more like little accents up there. Not so many like items, but just like maybe some florals in like a vase up there or something like that. This one, look, that one has the hard edge. I almost let it slip on by. Good morning, Miss Sherry. How are you? I'm doing another jar here, making me a coffee bean crock. I'm trying not to take too long with it, but I get to talking about all of the weird things in the world, namely me. Yeah. So much fun. Fun things. I hope you're having a good morning. I just had so much trouble waking up this morning to the point where I was like, okay, if you don't get dressed, you will be going on camera in your jammies with bedhead. So I had to like get real serious with myself and say, okay, get it together. And then I like pulled out my stuff, finally settled on what I was making. And then I forgot my microphones. I couldn't find the label for the jar that I wanted to use in my files because I had bought these labels before. And so on Etsy, they're the cloud, let me see that. It's the Cloud Pedal Company. We're going to use that coffee one there in the corner that's kind of leaning back. Can't really see it, but we're going to use that one for this coffee bean crock. and I printed it, came out too large. I resized it, printed it, came out in black and white, which I did not want. And then, so by the time I got it printed, I looked at my clock and it was already after 9. I was like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to be live 6 minutes ago. Ah! So, just a little frantic. Am I dripping? Yes, I am dripping. That's okay. So that's how it's looking over here. I really wish we could have like music on Facebook. I know you can do like just like radio music or whatever on TikTok, but it's a no-go with Facebook. So all you get is me to entertain you. Just me. Me and my faces. Oh, goodness. There was one live where I was just like sitting there making faces at the camera, waiting to see if anybody hopped on, and then I just like started doing my stuff, but that was fun. I just feel like, I don't know. I can't be like too serious. I can't be too serious. I'm not. And it's not fun if I have to be super duper serious. Oh goodness, you hear that girl coughing back there? My girl. She's got that cough. I gave her some turmeric tincture and some Oregon grapefruit this morning in pineapple juice. So she can try to kick that cough. And if she doesn't, then we'll be doing a mustard poultice on her chest. It sounds bronchial to me. And so I'm going to treat it like bronchitis. She said that it hurts in her chest when she coughs. So I'm going to... It hurts when you talk too? In your chest? Or where? In your throat? It hurts in your throat when you talk, yeah. So she will likely not be doing singing lessons today, but Miss Brittany is coming to us, so we will still do the rest of us. I know. Poor baby. But I decided if my girls are doing singing lessons, I want to do singing lessons too. So I started last week doing singing lessons. We'll see how this goes. And I sang for her and everything, and she said I wasn't horrible, which was good. Like, so I did choir all through school, and I absolutely loved it. Like, probably from like 6th grade up, I was in choir until I couldn't take it anymore, right? And then as I became an adult and I wasn't living for the Lord, the enemy really started speaking to me and telling me that I was no good and that I was probably tone deaf. People who are tone deaf don't know they're tone deaf. So I was like, I don't know. I actually didn't know if I was any good. And so Miss Brittany assured me that I can sing well. She's just going to help me with like breathing techniques and things of that nature. Because singing, according to Miss Brittany, she is the expert on all of this. Breathing is the way to, like, if you have tone issues or pitch issues or whatever, like most singing things can be fixed with breathing. And I know sometimes just breathing is hard, okay? And if you're not breathing right when you're singing, then it's going to reflect in the quality of your sound. I guess. That's the word on the street anyways. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. So, and then today I have to work on doing technology things that are beyond my current skill level. I've started a podcast, and I've done a few interviews, and so I got like my channel all set up, I think. I don't know. But it's kind of like a 2-pronged channel where I have part of it is just for like homesteading and all the things, and like the lives and stuff that I do here will be edited and put over on there. And then I'll do my herbal talks and stuff like that over there as well. But then I also have like a secondary channel just for like the homeschooling stuff. So I've done a couple of interviews so far on homeschooling with moms who have like successfully made it to the finish line with their homeschoolers. And you know, they've got a lot of knowledge, experience, wisdom to share, and I'm loving it. I'm loving listening to their stories and everything. So I'm going to get those posted over on my Apple podcast account today, and probably on my Kingdom Acres Homestead YouTube channel. And so we'll see where that goes. Oh, goodness me. Yes. Good morning, Miss Vicky. Good morning. So yeah. Anyways, I'm singing because I love to sing. And I'm crafting because I love to craft. And I'm podcasting because I love to help people. And when it comes down to it, I'm really, you know, I'm trying to make a way for my husband to not have to worry when he isn't getting overtime hours, you know, like right now, if he doesn't work overtime, like we're struggling to pay the bills. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to bring in an income without joining an MLM, because that never, like I've joined several and it does not work out for me, like because I feel kind of like an imposter selling somebody else's product, and that's just not who I am. I can sell myself all day long because I know me and I know what I have to offer. But when it comes to like a company, I feel like I'm involved in something that I don't really know about, because there's so many layers to those things. So that's just me though. If like some people are made for that, like I know people who have been like extremely successful with that, and they are fantastic. It's just like what goes on back here in my brain, you know. Most of the time when it comes to business and things like that, people get in their own way. And I've worked through a lot already, psychologically, emotionally, with the Lord, in different aspects. And I'm just trying to follow the Lord's lead on what he's calling me to. So we'll see where all this goes, because the Lord knows our finances over here. and he knows he's called me to homeschooling. So it's not like I can be like, well, I have to go back to work as a caseworker. That is a 9-to-5 job. And I can't, although I love helping people who need help, SNAP and Medicaid and all of that stuff, or, just social services in general. But I'm not called to that right now. Eventually, I know that there's a long-term goal here, and I know that it is now and always has been, and the long-term goal is working with kids, but not in the state capacity. It will be more ministry based. But as Billy Graham has said, you have to be able to fund your ministry. So I am working towards that. I'm working towards helping my husband. There's a lot going on here. So if you look at me and you're like, what in the world is she doing on all these platforms? I'm trying to help our situation. That's it. Yeah, but doing the things that are, that I'm skilled in, that the Lord is calling me to. I love decorating my home. I love, providing herbal medicine for my family and preserving food for my family, canning and dehydrating. And I love educating people about those things. I love homeschooling and educating people about homeschooling. And I've really had it on my heart that it's important to have support in your journey, whatever it is, whatever your journey is. And so if you're on a journey that's similar to mine, or you want to be on a journey that's similar to mine, I want to help you, because that's where my heart is. So yeah, that's basically it. I really appreciate everybody getting on this morning. I was starting to wonder if anybody was actually interested in this. But I got a huge compliment in one of the groups. I posted my my glass tray that I got back here that I thrifted from an antique shop. And this lady was like, my goodness, your setup is magazine worthy. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said about my stuff. But hopefully I'll be able to compile all these pictures and things of all these projects and put them in the book that I accidentally wrote over Christmas break. I don't sleep, okay? Here's the thing. I know I should be sleeping, but I just don't run on a lot of hours of sleep. I only need 4, maybe 6 hours of sleep per night for a majority of the nights. And then I'll take a few days when my body needs it and kind of have longer stretches. But on the regular, I don't need that many hours of sleep. So if you're like, how does she have time for all of this? It's because I can't sleep. I don't, and it's not that I can't. I have made myself just go to bed at a certain hour, but then I end up waking up at 4:30 in the morning. Eyes just pop open because I don't need that much sleep. And if I'm going to be awake, I have to be doing something more productive than just shopping on Amazon or scrolling Facebook. I do those things though. I cannot count the number of times that I've had a late night purchase occur and I forget And then a couple days later, because I've forgotten, I'm not watching out for the guy, the delivery person, and then my husband intercepts and he's like, "What did you order?" I'm like, "Hey, I don't know, I forgot." And then he's not happy because I've spent money that he probably was trying to save or reserved for something, like a bill maybe, I don't know. But I'm like, could you stop spending all my Amazon money on the bills, please? I have purchases I need to make. And he never finds that joke very funny. I think it's hilarious. He's like, stop spending all our bill money on Amazon. I'm like, stop spending all my Amazon money on bills. Y'all, I'm hilarious. If you just give me a chance, I am hilarious. Okay. My husband doesn't think so, but I am. So funny. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's already 9:48. My goodness. Okay. This is, I'm trying to get it to where I can be Speedy Gonzalez, like all these ladies over on Craft Around the Clock, which is like my favorite crafting group ever. I would love to be a presenter over there and, like, you know, be one of their people. But right now it's just me and my lonesome, the lonesome dove, or what is it? The lone wolf. The lone wolf. Amazon money is more important. Thank you. Can you talk to my husband, please? I really need somebody on my side. Okay. So I'm going to do that right there. Okay. And I'm just going to take my water and dip it in my brush. I'm going to take my brush and dip it in water. Oh my goodness gracious. And then I'm just going to go around the image instead of like cutting it with scissors so I can tape it and have like a rough edge. Did I say tape it or tear it? If I said tape it, I meant tear it. I'm going to tear it and have a rough edge. Scissors gives a really pretty clean edge, but I'm going for more of that old aged look. And so I just want it to be like that. See? It looks oldie. Oldie. Okay. And then I'm just going to use my regular Mod Podge because it already looks like I printed it with the coloring, right? So I'm just gonna anyways, there we go. Just like this. Okay. Now I had really big plans for this, but when I saw that it was 6 after, I stopped rushing around my house to grab things. Normally when I'm going to do a live at 9, I'll wake up at 6 and like get a move on, like gathering my stuff and doing all the things. And I did not do that. So I learned my lesson this morning. I really need to be moving and a grooving. If I'm going live at 9, I need to get myself together, make a plan, and get the stuff. Because I really wanted to put lace around the bottom of this, or like cheesecloth maybe, something like that. I don't know. But, oh well, maybe I'll do that later today after my singing lesson, maybe. I don't know. Maybe before. Are we still on? We're still on? Okay, we're still here. My goodness. it lost connection for a minute. I think because he's calling me. I need somebody to like text him, messenger him, the interview for the podcast. And I got through the entire interview and realized that my phone did not record it. So we got to do 2 takes on that. I'm going to get my life together. I promise. I just, technology is kind of like, I'm somewhat savvy, but I'm also, I can also be naive sometimes. And so that was a little embarrassing. My sweet friend, though, she was just like, it's fine. I guess I'm going to have to use my drinking water, maybe. Or I can probably use this water I don't want to use my drinking water. I need to drink my water. My kidneys have been yelling at me. Stop with the coffee already, lady. I get so on, like, drinking coffee, and it can take me all day to, like, finish a cup of coffee. So I'll just, like, sip on it all day long, and then it's bedtime, and I'm like, why am I so thirsty? Oh, I didn't drink any actual water today. So that's a situation. Okay, I'm just gonna scoop. You do 1 part of your plaster of Paris to 1 part water. It's like 1 to 1, I think. That's what we're doing. And then once I get this all good to go, I'm just filling it up. Like, once I do that, then while it's still wet, I will go ahead and put my coffee beans in so they'll stick in there. And I love doing coffee beans because you get the aroma, right? And so that's always nice. And I just don't want to like have to fill up the whole thing with coffee beans. And I like it to have some weight. Plaster of Paris gives the jar some weight, so it's not just like an empty jar sitting on your shelf. Though I did have a thought. If you are a crazy prepper like me, you could potentially be putting like actual dehydrated goods in here and stuff. But if you do that, you want to make sure that you are using all food grade products or non-toxic products. Like, just make sure that it's safe. You don't want to like poison yourself. I guess I'm just going to use this. So I don't want to get up. Okay. And I'm just going to stir. I got joy down in my heart. Oh. Anyways, Miss Rachel, Miss Sherry, Miss Vicky. I'm so glad that everybody's come on today to visit me and see me being all wackadoodle over here with myself. I'm just trying to, it's getting all clumpy in there, so I'm just gonna give it a good little mixerooski. You just kind of want it the consistency of like pancake batter. Now I've got the clumpies stuck on the stick, and I'm just gonna, okay. And I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna fill this as much as I can with the beans. I kind of want them coming out a little bit, so I don't have, like, I'm not gonna ask y'all to sit here with me while we watch Plaster of Paris dry, because that's not entertaining in the slightest. But anyways, but what we can do is put some embellishments on this because I love the label. The label looks so cute. This keeps sticking to my hand. I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna dry it for a second and then we'll put on like a ribbon or something. So yeah, got a lot of things coming up, a lot of things to figure out, and oh well, I'm still educating my children. We did begin a new science yesterday with Arabella. Like, she gets science at co-op, so it's not a big deal. But we just started zoology yesterday, which she's already loving. She's never done like an apologia science before. And next year I'm going to be putting her in the older classes. With my girls, I just have to like toss them in the deep end when it comes to school and sink or swim. The first year is always a struggle. So I'm trying to put her in a little bit early so that she can get used to the workload. And I know that the first year is usually a wash as far as like her really grasping a lot of the material. But what she gains is those executive functioning skills, improves her reading to where she can grasp the stuff in the textbook, and her writing skills. I've done that with my oldest daughter, my middle daughter, and I'm going to do it with my youngest. My girls are, as far as like their learning styles go, they've been very similar. So I know when I give them responsibility, that's when they really flourish. So I want to go ahead and get her started doing hard things. I'm going to challenge her next year. So I'm just giving her a little taste of that with the science. And so got her doing some of the scientific procedure work pages and some experiments and all that stuff. So we'll be finishing up her science for the week today, and she already finished her chapter of reading. We'll be doing some activities that go along with the book that she's reading. And of course math is always a thing. We have a tendency to get behind on math. So when we are like really buckling down, math is always at the top of the list. And so last semester, I felt like it was just kind of a wash. Like, we didn't get a whole lot done, but this semester we are buckling down. We are grooving on to tackling some skill sets and learning some things and getting our curriculum. This thing to go down. Let's see here. I might have to. Okay. Sometimes you just need to smoosh it because it's sticky. So that's how it's looking. Nice and somewhat dry. I'm going to use some raffia. This is raffia. I use it like every time I do a live pretty much. And I can never remember the name. And so while I was getting my stuff today, I was like, what is this called? Remember the name, Sandra. Remember. Oh, goodness. So, and then I've got my homespun fabric right here, and it's all funky. Let's see. Let me do it this way. I'm going to get scissors, and I'm just going to give it a little snip. I'm not going to cut it because I like it to, I like to tear it to get strips. Tearing it gives it that nice tattered edge to it. And then let's see here. I don't need it too incredibly long. Or a little. So there we go. I'll just tie this around. I need to look at it for a second. Okay, it's a little thick, so it's covering up some of my label, and so it's covering up that heritage. So when you do this, you might want to move your label down a bit. This one piece of, oh goodness, oh goodness. Oh, oh me, oh my. Okay, so I'm just going to tie that good, and then I'm going to go over it. Give it to me. Go over it with my raffia and tie that on. Okay, got that. I'm just going to make that a little bow. Okay. I know this is going a little long. We're right at about an hour now. I'm almost done. Almost done. Okay. Now, I just need. So, when I went live on Monday and I did my egg holder, I used some of that that salt dough, and I made these little buttons. I made a bunch of little salt dough buttons. I just rolled them out, used a lid off of this little glaze that I have. I used the lid off of that and to make my circles, and then I just used a little toothpick. I had to read the box. A little toothpick to make the little holes, and that's it. And I'm just gonna, as soon as this heats up, I'm gonna glue that right on the front there. That'd be so cute. So once this is all done, we should be in the money. Yeah. I don't know what I did with my canister of coffee beans. Oh, you know what? I also wanted to glue some of this in there. This is pampas grass. I'm just going to use some of these white ones. Cut those a little long. I'm going to stick those down in here. Make them kind of under. Okay, I might have to just cut them and glue them. They're breaking. Little ends are breaking. There we go. As soon as we get that. So that's what we've got. And I will likely kind of glue this up a bit so that you can still see the label nice. That's what I did with my Christmas ornaments that had like the long pieces of fabric. I would just kind of glue them in place how I wanted them, you know, so they're not just doing whatever they want, whatever gravity tells them to do. So, but this little bottom part, I'm gonna probably have to seal because it keeps popping off. That's okay. I'll just put some stronger Mod Podge on there, and we'll be done. Let's see. I don't think this is quite ready. Nope. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm going to hop off. We're right at an hour. And I will post pictures of the finished product. Thank y'all for being here with me today. And I hope y'all have a blessed Friday. Safe travels to anybody going over yonder. I know, Rachel, you said you're going to Pearland, so I hope you have safe travels going over there. And I love y'all, and thank you for homemaking a homemade home with me today. Bye, y'all.